Shalom Uvracha. The Pasuk in Tehillim, Pei Aleph, says the following: Anochi Hashem Elokecha, I am Hashem, your God, Hamalcha me'eretz Mitzrayim, who brings you forth from Mitzrayim, Harchev picha v'amaleu, open up your mouth and I shall fill it. And the question is, where does David HaMelech, where does the Pasuk in Tehillim know this from? That the purpose of Yetzias Mitzrayim is that we should open our mouths and allow Hashem to fill them with His goodness. How do we see this in the historical process of Yetzias Mitzrayim? And I think perhaps the answer to this is in Shavuot, in the festival of Shavuot, which is the time of receiving the Torah. From Yetzias Mitzrayim, we're born as a newborn infant, unable to fend for ourselves. Everything is given to us by Hashem. But we don't really have a choice in that. As a newborn infant, you don't have a choice of who's going to give you everything you need. Whoever gives, you'll take. It takes us 50 days of growth, of development, of maturity, until we're able to open up our mouths, until we're able to say, Hashem, we trust you, notwithstanding the fact that now we're developed, we're mature, we can fend for ourselves, but we trust you, Hashem, that everything comes from you and that you are the source of all goodness. Then we open up our mouths and then Hashem gives us His infinite goodness. And that's what happens at Matan Torah. Unlike Yetzias Mitzrayim, Matan Torah is about desire. It's about our choice to receive the Torah. Hashem doesn't just give us the Torah. He sends Moshe Rabbeinu to ask us if we want it. And we reply, yes. Kol asher diber Hashem na'aseh. Everything that Hashem speaks, we shall do. Or at the end of Mishpatim, Kol asher diber Hashem na'aseh v'nishma. The famous words, according to Rashi, that was before Matan Torah also. At any rate, it was from choice, from free will. We opened up our mouths and Hashem gives us infinite goodness. The Torah, in the words of Chazal, Ein Tov Ela Torah. Torah is ultimate good. And that is expressed in two ways. First of all, the experience of receiving the Torah with the lights and the lightning and the sound and the effect. We felt that it was good. We also felt it was serious. But we experienced this as ultimate good, to the extent that Chazal say in the Gemara that with every item of speech that Hashem said at Matan Torah, the entire world became filled with fragrance, with besamim, to indicate the infinite goodness of Torah. That's on the one hand, the experience of Torah, and on the other hand, the fact that the Torah brings us to our ultimate destiny. Tov, good, in the sense of something that reaches its final purpose, its ultimate destiny. And that's what the Torah does for us. It brings us to Eretz Yisrael. It brings us to the final destiny of being with the Kadosh Baruch Hu and with His goodness. And these elements, all three of them, are very much expressed or manifest in the story of Ruth, of Megillat Ruth. On the one hand, Ruth joins the Jewish people out of her own free will. She chooses to join the Jewish people. Amei Chami, she tells Naomi, Velukai Chelukai, your nation is my nation, your God is my God, and she joins the Jewish people. Then the experience itself is an experience of very unusual goodness. Even though she's poor, she receives everything she needs from the koitzrim, those who are reaping in the fields, and then she joins, or she's redeemed by the Goyel, ultimately by Boaz, in a process which is honorable, in a process which is good. In fact, Boaz uses the words, Im yigalech tov yigal. If you shall be redeemed, tov. Some say the name of the Redeemer was tov, some say the redemption was tov, but either way, there's goodness that's very much expressed explicitly in Megillas Ruth. And of course, the conclusion of Megillas Ruth, which is that this brings us to the ultimate destiny. It brings us to David HaMelech, to the king over the Jewish people, and to the ultimate redeemer, the ultimate redemption of the Jewish people, and bringing us to realizing the final destiny of the Jewish people. All of that is latent in Megillas Ruth. All of that is celebrated on Shavuot. And that's why Chazal tell us that Shavuot, we must experience Shavuot as a day of pleasure, not just as a day of spiritual upliftment, of spiritual elevation, but rather as a day that's pleasurable. Says Rashi, in order to articulate, to express that the Torah is good, that it's good to receive the Torah. And it's good on all three levels. It's good because we want it. It's good because the experience of Torah is good, and it's good because it leads us to the final destiny of the Jewish people. Halavai, that we should experience the goodness of Torah, the goodness of the Jewish people, whose essence is here in receiving the Torah, in being with the Kadosh Baruch Hu, and this should lead us to the final destiny that we so await and we so need. Should be Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos to all. It should be a Chag Sameach, a time of joy and a time of redemption.